Now, the U.S. military has carried out 3 airstrikes against al-Shabab militants in Somalia this week, continuing a rapid pace on target to double and possibly triple last year's record-setting strike numbers. Now, according to U.S. Africa Command, the latest strike killed 3 militants near Malayle in the Lower Juba Region on Wednesday. VOA Pentagon Correspondent Carla Babb joins me live from the U.S. military headquarters outside of Washington in Arlington, Virginia. Hello, Carla.
Hi, good evening, Vincent. U.S. military officials are calling this latest strike a collective defense strike. They were protecting local Somali forces, even though there were no U.S. military personnel on the ground at the time. This does follow 2 other strikes this week in the Lower Juba Region, killing 10 militants. Now, U.S. military officials, U.S. military soldiers were actually on the ground during one of those attacks by al-Shabab. During one of those strikes, al-Shabab actually claimed that they killed a U.S. soldier, but AFRICOM has denied that and said that all U.S. soldiers were accounted for and none were harmed. But if you look at this week, the pace is actually typical of the overall pace and the overall increase of airstrikes in Somalia, 27 so far this year, and that already is in front of a record-breaking pace last year with 47 strikes in Somalia, 35 the year before that, the first year of the Trump administration. Let me put this into perspective for you, Vincent. If you look at the number of strikes in Somalia total in just 2 years, a little over 2 years of the Trump administration, it triples the number of strikes in Somalia carried out under the Obama administration.
Now, Carla, why are we seeing this ramp up in the number of strikes?
Well, we're seeing this ramp up because, according to commanders, they're saying that there's success on the ground. I was speaking in Africa during a recent visit to the continent with Major General Marcus Hicks. He's the commander of U.S. Special Operations Forces in Africa, and he said that they've seen particular success in the south in Kismayu, which just a handful of years ago was the epicenter for al-Shabab. Let's take a listen.
We've cleared about 45 kilometers up the Lower Juba River Valley, established combat outposts that have withheld multiple attacks. And as we make, again, we as the Somalis and our Amazon partners make contact with al-Shabab, the enemy is presenting itself in such a way that it can be struck as part of this broader counterinsurgency effort. And they are losing troops in the field at what I would suspect is an alarming rate to al-Shabab. And that's really what you're seeing in this ramp up.
Well, I want to thank you very much, Carla, for that reporting. That's VOA's...
But Vincent, we can't forget...
We have to end it there, Carla. Thank you very much. And that's VOA's...
Right, Vincent, I was just going to say, we can't forget that this ramp up is still not preventing deadly strikes.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you once again.